Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all for the next session. Actually, word problems based on articles and items. I'm continuing with this, but at slightly complex level. Considering the first question, see, a certain amount is equally distributed. A certain amount is equally distributed among certain number of students. So try to understand there is an amount which is equally distributed among certain number of students. There are some number of students. This amount is equally distributed among them. Fine. Each would get rupees 2 less if 10 students were more, and each would get 6 more if 15 students were less. Find the number of students and amount distributed. See, try to understand, this is slightly complex. See here, when an amount is there, this amount is, total amount is distributed, total amount. And number of students, we don't know how many number of students are there. See, try to understand, if this is the amount, whatever is this amount. If I divide it among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students, that means I will divide this amount by 7. I will divide this amount by 7. Whatever is this amount, I will divide this amount by 7. And the answer is that what will go to each student. Okay. So I don't know what are the number of students. At present I have considered them to be X. Let the amount be X and let the number of students be Y. Okay. Are you getting? See, the total amount divided by number of students will give you how much amount each student is receiving. Try to understand. Total amount, whatever is the total amount. When I divide this total amount by number of students, then I will understand the amount that one student is receiving. Okay. So let the total amount be X, let the number of students be Y. So I will understand that X upon Y is the amount that one student will receive. Okay. First is that, let us understand this first. See here, let the total amount be equal to rupees X. Let the total number of students be equal to Y. Therefore, amount received by each student will be how much? Total amount upon number of student. This much rupees is received by each student. Now what are they telling? Each would get, oh, this is not fitting. Okay, somewhat. Each would get rupees 2 less if 10 students were more. Say, at present, what is the amount each student is getting? X upon Y. X upon Y is the amount each student is getting. And how many students are there? Y. Total number of students are Y. This is the amount received by each student, and these are the number of students. Now what are they telling? Each would get rupees 2 less. Rupees 2 less means this is the amount, rupees 2 less, if the 10 students were more, means number of students were this. See, try to understand, if number of students would have been this, Y plus 10, then the amount received would have been how much? First of all, there are two logics now we have to go by. See, when number of students were Y, the amount received was x upon y, right? Total amount x upon y, when number of student is equal to what now? Y plus 10, because they are telling that 10 students were more, means there are 10 more students. So now the number of students have become y plus 10. The amount received by each student. Now see, now number of students are y plus 10. Amount is still x, amount is not changed, will be x upon y plus 10, because are you getting? Amount received by one student is how much? Total amount divided by number of students. Now the number of students is y plus 10. So amount received by each student will be x upon y plus 10. But actually how much they are receiving? X upon y minus 2. Each student will be receiving less. Previously what he was receiving? Minus 2. That means this amount and this amount both are equal amounts. This you have to understand, my dear students. See, there are two ways. One way is what? Amount received by one student is, to find the amount received by one student. To find the amount received by one student, formula is total amount. Total amount is x divided by number of students. Total amount is x divided by number of students. Now in this case, when number of student is y plus 10, when the number of students have changed, the amount received will be x upon y plus 10. This is the amount of received. But then they are telling that this amount will be 2 less than the previous amount. Previous amount was x upon y. Amount received by each student is equal to x upon y. This is the amount received by each student when number of amount was x and number of student was y. At that time the amount received is x upon y. Now the number of student have changed to y plus 10. So now the amount received will be x upon y plus 10. But this amount is actually equal to 2 less than the previous amount. This is the previous amount, x upon y minus 2. Try to understand this question, my dear student. Now you will have to give the standard form to this. This will become x minus 2y upon y. X minus 2y upon y. This is cross multiplication. Fine. Then if I cross multiply this, so what do I get? X into y, xy plus 10x minus 2y square minus 20y is equal to xy. Fine. So here xy and this xy will go. What remains is 10x minus 20y is equal to 2y square. We can definitely divide this throughout by 2. I will get 5x minus 10y is equal to y square. Fine, this becomes my first equation. Okay. Now going to the next, what are they telling? Each would get 6 more if 15 students were less. So if number of students are 15 students less, means y minus 15. Amount received by each student will be what now? Total amount x upon y minus 15. But this they are telling it is what? 6 more than the previous amount. Means the previous amount is x upon y plus 6. and these are basically same amounts. So if I go to give this a x plus 6y upon y is equal to x upon y minus 15, and the cross multiply this, I will get x plus 6y upon into this will become x into y, xy minus 15x plus 6y square minus 90y is equal to xy. Again this xy will get cancelled. Now what do I get is minus 15x minus 90y minus 6y square. Of course I can definitely change all these values. So I can divide this by, I am just changing all the signs and then dividing this all by 3. So what do I get? 5x 30y 2y square. This is my second equation. Okay, now these both are already same, 5x minus 10y. So subtracting equation 1 and 2, equation 1 subtraction minus minus minus, this is gone. What do I get over here? Minus 10 minus 30 will give you minus 40y is equal to, this will give you y minus 2y minus y square. Okay, so now what I do, I have to find the value of, see here, I will take 1y over there, minus 40 is equal to minus y square upon y. I have taken this 1y over there, so here I will get 1y, minus 40 is equal to minus y, therefore y is equal to 40. That's all. Don't get scared of this y square. So that is the reason I have taken them into the second lot of articles and items. And of course now next rest is easy, substituting. Y is equal to 40 in equation, any equation you can take, definitely it is going to be anyway 5x minus 10y is equal to y square. So y is equal to 40, so you will get 5x minus 10 into 40 is equal to 40 square. Okay, so there is a amount of 400 distributed among 40 students. Therefore, what are they asking you? Number of students. The number of student is 40 and amount distributed. How much is that? 400 rupees. Now we have to counter check this. Of course you can do it in any way. 5x minus 10y is equal to y square we require. So 5x minus 10y so if we substitute y here, y square will be 40 square is equal to 1600 we should get. When we substitute over here, 5 into x is 400 minus 10 into y is 40, 2000 minus 40 tens are 1600, right? This is for the first equation. For second equation, it is 5x plus 30y is equal to 2y square. That means here it will be 2 into 40 square, 2 into 1600, that will be 3200 I should get over here. When I substitute here 5 into x, 400 plus 30 into y, 40. So 5 4s are 20, that is 2000, 4 3s are 1200. If I add this, I will get 3200. Fine. You can consider it in this way, or you can consider this verification in a different way also. See, my dear students, amount how much they have told. You have got 400 and number of students, this you have got. Fine. Now what are they telling? Now according to you, amount received will be how much? 400 upon 40. 10 rupees will be received by each student. Then they are telling each would get rupees 2 less if 10 students were more. That means if 10 students were more, means now the students are 40. So if 10 more students, the number of students are how much? 40 plus 10, 50. Then the amount received will be how much? 400 upon 50. 5 8s are 40. 2 rupees less आ गया. पहला 10 rupees, अभी 8 rupees. 2 rupees less आ गया. And then they are telling each would get rupees 6 more if 15 students were less. So if 15 less students, that means number of students are how much? First they were 40 minus 15. 40 minus 10, 30 minus 10, 5, 25. So amount received will be how much? 400 divided by 25. 25 8 I suppose. 8. First you got how much? 8, 25. No. 25 8s and 8 5s are 40, 8 2s are 17, 20 होता है खाली 200. 25 1s are 25. Okay, my dear students. 5 5s are 80s are 5 1s are 5 6 are 16 rupees they will get. First they got 10 rupees, now they are getting 16 rupees, means 6 rupees more they are getting. Fine. So like this you have to counter check this, my dear students. These questions are really very important, so please solve them and have the habit of counter checking them, and counter check in this way, my dear students. How many students are there? See, try to understand, write this in fair. See, you have got number of students are how much? Again, if I'll do it, I'll be utilizing more of time. I'll better go to the next one. See, try to understand that you have to counter check it in this method only. If you have any doubt, then let me ask. Ask me, not let me ask. Let me see afterwards. Because Meena went to a bank to withdraw rupees 2000. Remember this, totally she is going to withdraw rupees 2000. She asked the cashier to give rupees 50 and rupees 100 notes only. Okay, means 50 rupee ka notes and 100 rupee ka notes. In this only she wants. How many 50 rupees ka notes, how many 100 rupees ka notes, let the cashier decide. But she doesn't want the notes of 10 rupees, doesn't want the notes of 20 rupees. Okay, she wants the notes of only 50 and 100. Meena got 25 notes in all. Fine, 25 notes in all. Total amount 2000. Meena got 25 notes in all, double time. Find how many notes of 100 rupees and rupees 50 she received. So again I'll tell, let the number of 100 rupees notes be equal to x. Now they are the number of notes. Let the number of 50 rupees notes be equal to y. Okay. See, now try to understand. If there are 100 rupees notes, see, if 100 rupees notes are 5, 100 rupee का एक note, like this I have got 5 notes, then total amount will be how much? 100 into 5, 500 rupees I will be having. If there are 12 notes of 50 rupee each, 12 notes I have got, each note is of 50 rupees. So how many rupees I have got? How much rupees I have got? 50 rupee का एक note, like this 12 notes, that will be 600 rupees. I have to multiply the number of notes and the value of each note. Number of note and value of each note, when I multiply, I will get the amount that is because of that notes. Okay, so here number of notes are x and value of each note is 100. Therefore, amount from 100 rupees notes, because of 100 rupees, how much amount of, actually there are x notes. 100 ka 5 notes would have given me 5 into 100, 500 rupees. 100 ka 4 notes would have given me 4 into 100, 400 rupees. 100 ka x notes will give me rupees 100x, 100 into x. Amount from 50 rupees notes will give me 50 into y, rupees 50y. Understood? How many ever 100 rupees ka note she has given, 100 into that number of notes plus 50 into that number of notes will totally give me 2000 rupees. So in total the cashier is giving me 100x rupees plus 50y rupees, which actually is going to be 2000 because that much she is going to deduct. So I will now reduce this. Of course I can reduce this by, see, 0 0 will go. Of course I will reduce this by 10 10 10 and afterwards again I can reduce it by 5. So 5 into 10, 50 I will reduce. So this will give me 5, 2s are 10 plus y, 5 40s are, this will be my first equation. Okay, this is the case when it comes to amount. But they are telling, again one more information, Meena got 25 notes in all. Totally she has got 25 notes. Means x plus y, number of 100 rupee ka notes, number of 50 rupees ka notes, totally are 25. Means x plus y is equal to 25. This is my second equation. Fine, finished. Subtracting 2 from 1. Minus, minus, minus. This is gone, 2x minus x will give me x. 40 minus 25, 5, 15. Fine. X means 100 rupees ka 15 notes I have got. Fine. And then so In total 1500 rupees notes, 10 50 rupees notes. If see now whether my both the conditions are getting satisfied. Meena got 25 notes in all, 100 rupees ka notes, is equal to 15 number of 50 rupee notes is equal to 10. To total 25 हो गया, 15 plus 10 25. And now money, see from 100 rupees she has got 100x, 100 rupees से 15 into 100, 1500 she will get. Fine. From 100 rupees 100 into 15, 1500. From 50 rupee notes 50 into 10, 500. So in total 2000 she is getting. See, this you have to counter check. Now you have to understand, my dear students, how to counter check this. Whatever are the conditions given in the questions, they should be satisfied. And now if you understand how to verify the conditions in the question, if they are satisfied, if you know the verification, then only you have understood the question also properly. This is the right way of verification. See whether the conditions that they are given in the questions are satisfied by your answers. Don't go substituting the values of x and y in this equation and getting the answer of 40 and 25. That is not the right way of understanding the question. If you know in what way your values are satisfying these conditions, only then you have understood the question very nicely. And then you will understand the question in and out. Fine. Now going to the third question. See, here also the same thing is going to happen. Lending library has fixed charge. Everywhere we will be having two quantities, two terminologies, two articles, two items. Okay, in the first question we had number of students and amount distributed. So remember, the amount distributed divided by number of students will give you this connection. You should be able to make out. Amount distributed divided by number of students will give you amount received by each student. Here the value of note multiplied by number of note will give you the amount received from that particular currency. Okay, here lending library has a fixed charge for first 3 days and an additional charge for each day thereafter. See now, that means there are two identities. Fixed charge for first 3 days. Okay, if you go to borrow a book from a library, the moment you borrow a book, there is a fixed charge. Whether you borrow a book 100 rupees, keep it 3 days, keep it 2 days, keep it 1 day, 100 rupees. Just for consideration, not 100 rupees. I am just telling you, one fixed charge is there for first 3 days and additional charge for each day thereafter. These are the two identities. So see whether same is asked. Find the fixed charge and the charge for each extra day. Okay, fine. So here I will tell, let the fixed charge be equal to rupees X. Let the additional charge per day be equal to rupees Y. Fine. Now what? See, so that means when anybody is going to buy, he will definitely, or he or she will definitely, but not borrow. When anybody is going to borrow a book, definitely X rupees that person will be paying. X plus how many days additional is being utilized. Depending on that, you will be doing this. Means, if supposing anybody is going to use the book for 15 days, so what will be the charges then? 15 days. Charges will be rupees X, definitely there, plus additional days are how much? 3 days she is paying, but the reader is paying X rupees. Remaining are 12 days. So 12 into Y. y रुपीज पर डे ना, तो 12 डेज का 12 into y rupees. Are you getting my point, my dear students? See, try to understand this question. This is very important that you have to make out, and you will be understanding this by practice. Every time verify the question and then you will be able to understand how I am reaching over here. See, if a student is going to keep the book for, supposing, 10 days. If the person is going to keep the book for 10 days, so how will he be charged? Fixed charge x rupees, because I don't know whatever is there, plus 10 days na, so 3 days x rupees, remaining days are 7. For that 7 days, every day y rupees, so 7 into y, 7y rupees, this will be the total charge he is paying. Now if you understand these, what I am applying, after getting the answer, if I am able to verify it, then only this you have understood. There is a connection between this question and the verification. Verify in this pattern only. Try to understand how the charges are made. Fixed charges plus number of additional days into y. Okay. So now they are telling, let us go. Understood this? Up to here is the base work. This is the base work. This is the thought work that you have to understand. Fixed charges x rupees, additional charge per day is y rupees. X is some number, y is also some number. I don't know what is that number. Now, Sarita paid rupees 27 for a book kept for 7 days. She sees paid 27. Now ulta they are going. So, Sarita. For information given of Sarita, she has kept the book for how many days? 7 days. So 7 days means x plus 3 days she has paid x rupees. Remaining are 4y. 4y. These are the charges Sarita has to pay. X plus 4y. Are you getting total? She has kept 7 days. 3 days x rupees. Now additional days are how many? 4 days additional. 7 days total. 3 days x rupees. 4 additional, 4 into y. But then they are telling these charges are nothing but 27 she has paid. That means these are 27 charges. Susie from again the same thing. She has kept the book for 21 days. So for first 3 days x rupees. So 21, no, paid 21 for 5 days. The first 3 days she has paid x rupees. Additional days how many? 2 days. So 2y. And that she is telling is 21 rupees. Now if you will solve this. Four minus 2y, 2y, 6. That means rupees 3 per day is the additional charge. Then so fixed charge is equal to x rupees 15 rupees 3 per day. Understood? So now if I go to counter check this, what I will have to do, see, first book Sarita is kept it for 7 days. See, fixed charges and extra charges, additional charges. Okay, so fixed charges X is how much? 15 rupees. Additional charge per is rupees 3 per day. We have got 3 per day. Fine. Now they are telling Sarita kept book for 7 days. Sarita's charges are how much? 7 days. Okay, 7 days. So first 3 days are gone and 4 days extra. For first 3 days fixed charges 15. 4 days extra. For that 4 days, 3 per day, 4 into 3 will be her charges. That will be 15 plus 4 3s are 12. 27 rupees will be her charges. Barabar hai? She is paying 27 rupees. Talk about Susi. Charges are this only. Susi kept the book for 5 days. 5 days, first 3 days X rupees, that is 15 rupees. Additional day 2 day. For each day 3 rupees are a charge. So this will become 15 plus 6, 21 rupees. Barabar hai? This is how you have to verify, my dear students. Don't verify by the substitution charges. Then only you have understood the problem properly. Okay. Now going to the fourth question. Here this is same like this only. A part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of the days one has taken food in the mess. Okay. Monthly hostel charges fixed hostel charges, and number of days one has taken food in the mess. Fine. Same question, same in the same logic. When a student A takes food for 20 days, she has to pay rupees 1000 as hostel charges, complete hostel charges. Whereas B, who take for 26 days, has to pay rupees 1180 for hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and the cost of the food per day. Same logic. Let the fixed hostel charges be equal to rupees X. Let the cost of food be equal to rupees Y per day. Okay, so now you have to understand that if anybody stays for, see here, they are telling when a student take food for 20 days is taking food. So what will be his charges? Fixed charges X plus 20 days per day Y. So means 20 into Y will be her charges. If anybody is there who is eating food for 26 days, so X plus 26Y will be her charges. Okay, so of student A, what you will get? Fixed charges plus student A has stayed for 20 days, 20Y. But then they are telling the student has paid 1000 rupees. That means these charges are nothing is but equal to 1000 rupees. This is your first equation. B, again fixed charges X, but then that student is staying for 26 days he is eating food. So 26 days, Y per day, it will be 26Y is equal to how many charges he is paying? 1180. Now solve this to get the value of X and Y. Okay, so what do we get? (20 minus 26y will give you minus 6y. Here also I will subtract, I will get minus 180, right? So y is equal to 30 rupees 30 per day. Fine. Then which equation will substitute 1? Therefore, what will you get? X. Fine. Now we have to counter check. See, while counter checking, we will go according to the question, but definitely fixed hostel charges. You have got that is equal to rupees 400, and food per day charges is rupees 30. Fine. So now what do we do? See here. First case, student A. Now you are going to make the bill. Fixed charges 400 rupees. Plus, how many days the person has eaten food? 20 days. 20 into 30. What will be the charges then? 400 plus 600, that is equal to 1000 rupees. Yes, 1000 rupees. For student B, fixed charges 400, and then the student has eaten food for 26 days. 26 into 30 per day, that will give you 400 plus 3 6 18, 3 2 6, 780. If I add this, 807, 8 9 10 11, 1180 is his charges. Right? Hai? This way you have to verify. If you are able to verify in this way, then definitely you have understood the question properly. Fine. Now going to the next one, that is the fifth one. Yash scored 40 marks in test, getting 3 marks. Again, now the scenario is slightly different. Yash scored 40 marks in a test. Okay, the total marks he has scored is 40 marks. He has scored 40 marks. Remember this. Total marks scored is 40. But what was the condition of the test? Getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Fine. For every right answer, he was getting 3 marks. Means if 5 right answer, so 5 3s are 15. 20 right answer, so 20 3s are 60. But then 1 mark reduced for each wrong answer. Means if supposing he has got 8 right and 3 wrong, so his marks will be how much? 3 into 8 minus 3 marks. 3 into 8, why? Because each right 3 marks. Each right 3 marks, so 3 into 8, and there are 3 wrongs. Each wrong 1 mark, 1 into 3. So in total he will get 3 8s are 24 minus 3, that is 21 marks will be his marks. Like this the calculation will be done. I hope you all are getting this. If supposing the person has got, I'll take one more example. Person has got 18 right and 5 wrongs. So for each right he is getting 3 marks. So 3 for 18. And for each wrong he is cutting 1 marks, but that is getting subtracted. So 3 8s are 24, 3 1s are 3, 4 5, 54 marks for getting right, and then 5 marks is reduced for getting wrong. That will give him 49 marks will be his total. Understand this. So now afterwards they are telling, had 4 marks, he got what? With this system, 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer, he scored 40 marks. Okay. Same paper, same paper, same questions and same solution, had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer, instead of giving 3 marks, for each right, if they would have given 4 marks for each right and 2 marks deducted for each wrong, then he would have scored 50 marks in total. How many questions were there in the test? See, how many questions were there in the test is a totally different question they have asked. This you have to understand now. This is the biggest googly they have given. See, he is dealing with only 2 type of questions. Either he is getting right answer or he is getting wrong answer. So let the number of right answers be x. Let the number of wrong answers be y. He is getting x right answer, y wrong answers. So according to the first grading, when 3 marks for each right, -1 for each wrong. Three marks for each right. He's got x right. 3 marks for each right. 3 into x marks he will get for right answers. 1 mark minus for each wrong. In total he has got y wrong. So 1 into y, this will be deducted. These are the marks he scored. But these they are told that he has got 40 marks. So his first equation is 3x minus. Now according to the second gradation of marks. In second gradation what they are doing? 4 marks for each right and -2 mark for each wrong. So he has got x right. So 4x in total he will get for getting right answer, and 2 marks deducted. 2y will be subtracted. But then they have told that he has got how much, what is his score? If that gradation, 50 will be his score. Then I can reduce this by dividing by 2. I will get 2x minus y. So there I am, y, again subtraction. So he has got 15 right answers. Fine. I'll take 25 over here and y over there. Therefore, number of right answer is equal to 15. Is equal to 5. Total number of questions, (15 plus 5) 20 questions. Right? But then whether right or wrong, we have to go by marking system and see whether he has got right marks. So if I go to check the right marks, see, in first case, for each right 3 marks for each right and -1 for each wrong. Fine. So he has got how many? 15 right answers. 15 right. 3 into 15 minus 5 wrong. 5. 1 into 5. So 45 minus 5. 40 marks you will get if the according to the first gradation, which is right. And if the second gradation system, what they are telling, for each right they are going to give you 4 marks for each right and minus 2 marks for each wrong. So 15 years scored right, so 4 into 15 minus 2 into 5 years got wrong, so 5. 60 marks for right, minus 2 5 is 10 for wrong, 50 marks he will get. That's what he has got. Okay, so this is how the verification is supposed to be done. Okay, my dear students, I hope you all are getting this. They are definitely interesting questions. Once you understand what is happening, then definitely they become interesting. And the beautiful part is that you can counter check it. Now comes the easier question again. Two numbers differ by 3. Two numbers differ by, let's find the numbers. Let greater number be equal to x, let the smaller number be equal to y. Therefore, according to given information, two numbers differ by 3, means x minus y, greater minus smaller is equal to 3. They differ by 3. If the total of the two numbers is 3, so x plus y is equal to 3. Okay, fine. The sum of twice the smaller number. Now they are doing the sum. Sum means addition. Addition of is always two things, this and this. What is that? Sum of twice the smaller number. Sum of twice the smaller number. Twice the smaller number. Which is the smaller number? Y. And thrice the greater number. Which is the greater number? X. Thrice the 3 times the greater number. This sum is equal to 19. So simple. You have to understand the language. Sum means addition. Whenever you add, you will be adding two things. Addition of two things. Which two things? Twice the smaller number. Twice means 2 times the smaller number. Smaller number is y. 2 times the smaller number. And thrice the greater number. 3 times the greater number. 3x is equal to 19. So according to you will get 2y instead of 2y, 3x. In addition, you can anytime jumble the order. So this is what you will be getting. So now multiplying equation 1 so now these are the two adding. $25. This will be x is equal to 5. So now substituting x is equal to 5 in equation 1. So the greater number is x. Y. So if you will go to counter check it, what are they telling? Sum of course this you can see x and y, the difference between the two number 5 and 2 is 3, and now they are telling you sum of twice the smaller number. Twice the smaller number means 2 into smaller number is 2 plus thrice the greater number is 5. 2 2s are 4, 3 5s are 15, will give you 19. right? I have not used this, I have not substituted here that 2y, y के जगह में 2 लिखो, x के जगह में 5. I have not done that. I have followed this. Now that is a coincidence that it is matching with it. Okay, sixth one also is over. So now we can go to the seventh one. Time 6:37. Okay. Actually, you can try this, my dear students. You can give it a try because it's late now. Already I am 7 minutes late. So this is my day sufficient for the day. I'll finish off these questions tomorrow. Okay, my dear students. That's all for the day. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay cool, stay calm, stay happy.